that the intro has rolled, let's take a look at this roster that I've crafted. Starting off with the returning characters, we have, from Capcom, Ryu, Chun-Li, Morgan, Phoenix Wright, Sir Arthur, Mega Man, Zero, Sigma, Tron, Captain Commando, Dante, and Strider Hiryu. And returning from Marvel, we have Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain Marvel, Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue, Storm, Spider-Man, Venom, Deadpool, Rocket Raccoon, and Doctor Doom, coming in faster than you can say foot dive. Yeah, that joke was a little too cringe, but now let's reveal the newcomers, starting right here. Okay, good. Didn't think that would work. I'm just gonna reveal, the first two here, because they're both from Street Fighter. First up, Luke Sullivan. Yeah, kind of an obvious choice when you think about it. You know, they're promoting Luke as the new face of Street Fighter, so it would make sense for him to actually be in this game. Why? Well, like I just said, yeah, people didn't like him first, now they love him. At least I think so, because I've not actually even played Street Fighter 6 because, well, I don't own a PS4. Nor do I want to buy a PS5. But Luke looks cool. And then I put in Blanca because, well, one, he needs to be in a versus game. How has he gotten screwed over so many times before? And, yeah, he just looks cool. I mean, he's basically got a moveset that's pretty much ready for a fighting game, since he comes from, well, the biggest fighting game in the world. Yeah. Beast Roll, the electric attacks, the whole shebang for Blanca. And Luke could just fight how he does in Street Fighter 6. Easy peasy. Alright. Up next, we've got, from Rival Schools, Akira Kazama. She may as well be another Street Fighter character because, well, yeah, she showed up in Street Fighter V during the DLC, but man, she was awesome. And opened my eyes up to the really amazing world of Capcom and their fighting games aside from just Street Fighter. Because I'm just going to be real with you guys, I literally thought Street Fighter was the only thing that they actually made in terms of fighting games, but no, there's a whole host of others aside from Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter. Yeah, since she's from a fighting game, just, take her moves directly there from Rival Schools and then just apply them to a 2D setting, just like in Street Fighter. And then maybe have Eureka and Zaki come in to perform the Divine Woman's Hammer. Yeah, easy, simple. Moving on. For our last Capcom newcomer of this row, we have Asura from Asura's Wrath. Not a big fan of the game due to the quick time events, but Asura himself is awesome. A demigod of sorts who has incredible rage and power. How he missed the boss on Infinite is beyond me. Like, seriously. His game blew up so much after Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And yet they decided not to include him in Infinite because I don't even know. Just feels weird. Now knowing that his game came out a year after Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and yeah, it's kind of insane. Alright, there's only one newcomer in this row for Marvel, so let's see who it is. It's Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel. I think her moveset speaks for itself. She's able to contort her body, and yeah, stretchy punches, blowing up her hands to the size of boulders and just smacking foes around. Like, it's almost too good to be true. And yeah, again, surprised she wasn't in Infinite because, like, come on. Her moveset was right there. And yet she didn't appear in the game because I guess Marvel wasn't pushing her as much as they are now. Okay, nothing more to say. Let's move on to Darkstalkers, starting with Lord Raptor. Yeah, an insane Australian zombie rockstar with a personality to match that crazy description. Yep, I'm pretty sure his moveset speaks for itself. have his level 3 be the Hell Dunk, and boom. Good to go. I mean, honestly, I haven't played a lot of Darkstalkers, so I'm kind of rusty on the knowledge, but, you know. But this next guy, though, he definitely deserves to be in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, especially because he has been snubbed so many times. Why am I quoting Delzathan on this? I don't know. But it's John Talbane. Oh yeah. The howlin' amazing kung fu werewolf himself. Again, he comes from a fighting game. His moveset is basically on a silver platter, ready to be handed off to the developers. And yeah, he has an attack that can actually be aimed up or down mid attack, which is cool. Okay. Next up, we have Regina from Dino Crisis. Never actually played it, but I know that it's a very popular game with the fans, and said fans keep getting screwed over by Capcom teasing them with the announcement of a new installment, only to just be trolled at the end, which is that's just sad. Putting Regina in this game would definitely help the fans, and benefit them a lot. I mean, she's got a gun, so there you go. And maybe have her level 3 be her running away from a dinosaur, and then the dino just comes in and takes a giant bite out of the foe. Yeah, that just proves how little I know about Dino Crisis. Moving right along. We got Nightcrawler from the X-Men. Yeah, the X-Men, they gotta come back. Like, they got to come back. Why? Because they started the whole Versus series proper in 1994. But then again, the crossovers really didn't truly start until 1996. And with Nightcrawler being a swashbuckler, I think that lends itself pretty well to a good playstyle where he uses a sword, but he can then pass it off to his tail, and then have it do the sword fighting for him. Gee, I am really quoting Delzathan a lot today. Oh boy. But yeah, definitely a really cool fighter, and for his level 3, maybe just have him do rapid teleporting with each one dealing, with each attack. I can't even speak tonight. Maybe have him do a teleport attack where he teleports around after hitting his opponent multiple times. Think Hit from Dragon Ball FighterZ, but with giant puffs of purple smoke everywhere. Okay, now I'm just quoting Thorgy. Oh boy. And this is what I get for having a roster building video using the limited technology that I have. Riveting. Next up, our other X-Men newcomer is Bishop. I mean, yeah, he's a future hero. He's got a lot of cool futuristic gadgets. Why not? But seriously, he is cool, and hey, he's one of the lesser X-Men, and one of the directors at Capcom seems to actually have a thing for him. So, yeah, I'd say put him in the game. Easy peasy. Alright, now we got some deep cuts. Y'all are not ready for these, because holy crap, I went deep into Capcom's vault. Up first, Pure the Mage from Adventure Quiz 2 Capcom World from 1992. Being that she is a mage, she would of course have some basic magic attacks, but she could have a neutral special where she can either buff or debuff, or where she can either buff her attacks or debuff her enemies. Basically, higher dice rolls guarantee buffs for you, but lower dice rolls debuff your opponents. I will now give half the audience to pause and wonder why I even put her in this roster in the first place. The other deep cut? Michelle Hart from Legendary Wings. Yeah, I may have been inspired by Thorgy's Build the Roster on What If Capcom Made King of Fighters. And, yeah, Michelle is cool. Basically, an angel with a gun. What more can we say? She's just that cool. And Legendary Wings is a very criminally overlooked Capcom arcade game, so yeah, why not put her in? And since there are a lot of newcomers or some newcomers after Venom, I think it's safe to say Spidey's got some company in the form of some grandiose villains. Yeah, starting off with a character who was actually cut for development, or for technical reasons, Dr. Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus, aka Doc Ock. I mean, with low frame data and massive mechanical tentacles, he lends himself well to a very good grappler-heavy playstyle with a command grab where he utilizes his tentacles. It pretty much speaks for itself. Like, I'm not even gonna say anything more, but don't let that power go to your head. Otherwise, the low frame data may punish you. Oh, looks like Spider-Man doesn't have another villain, but rather an ally, an amazing friend, if you will, with Firestar. Yeah, you thought the deep cuts were only going to be for Capcom? Oh, I assure you, I have got at least one deep cut from Marvel here, in the form of Firestar. Yep. She made her debut in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. No, not Spidey and His Amazing Friends, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. It was a cartoon from the 80s, the early 80s, with Dan Gilvezan as Spidey and Frank Welker as Iceman. And Firestar herself was voiced by Kathy Garver, who of course played Sissy on Family Affair. I will now give half the audience to pause and wonder what I'm talking about. But yeah, seeing as she has mostly fire-based attacks, yeah, I think she's pretty good. You know, you could always have a good fire user in your roster, and, well, Firestar is definitely a star. Okay, now's not the time to make bad puns. Now is the time to talk about Scarlet Witch and her chaos magic. Yeah, thanks to the MCU, Wanda Maximoff has become one of the biggest icons for Marvel, and I literally cannot believe it. Why? Well, let's just say that it's kind of insane that I hadn't really heard about her until the MCU, but I could literally say that for like a lot of Marvel characters that aren't from the movies, or at least ones that I hadn't actually heard of, aside from the Spider-Man crew, and the X-Men, and the Avengers. So, yeah. Wanda uses chaos magic, and that leads to all sorts of fun ideas, like maybe having her opponent's specials not actually work sometimes. Or homing blasts. There's a lot of ways you can interpret that into a fighting game setting. However, Wanda's not alone, as her vision also... Okay, I'm not... Never will I make a WandaVision joke again. It's Vision. I thought about leaving him off the roster and saving him for a potential DLC video, but then I thought, yeah, it would be good to have both Wanda and Vision in the base roster just to kind of, you know, cover the bases, if you will. And, yeah. Not much more to say. So let's move on to the the second to last Capcom newcomer. Yeah, it's Jean from God Hand. Yeah, more deep cuts. I mean, I haven't played God Hand, but I know people want Jean in the game, so there he is. Yeah. To basically take some of his moves from his source material and just put them in. Easy peasy. Done. And now, for the penultimate Capcom newcomer, we have Vanessa Z. Schneider from Piano 3. I don't know what it is, what is with me in the deep cuts tonight, but hey, it's what I do. It's what I got to do. And I could kind of picture her being kind of like Iron Man, shooting blasts out of her hands, but also having a pretty devastating laser attack for her hyper combo. Yeah, it's kind of a lame reason to put her in there, but hey, I like my deep cuts, and yeah. Alright, 4 more to go. And for our final Capcom newcomer, we have Masamune Date from Sengoku Basara. Has anybody heard of the game? No? Just me? And apparently Delzathan? Yeah, I've probably taken more cues from him than I actually wanted to, but hey, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And I think Masamune would be pretty cool. He doesn't just use a sword, he uses 6 swords. Could have an easy install hyper combo, or hyper install, where he just pulls out his 6 swords and just starts slashing people up with his dragon claws. I mean, he is called the One-Eyed Dragon, after all. Yeah. And yeah, you'd be... Yeah. I can't... I'm just personally biased towards Basara because more people need to play it. Even though we only got 2 games stateside, which really, really stinks. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, second to last Marvel newcomer, we've got Daredevil. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. This one was kinda, sort of, tricky to nail down because, well, one, I knew I wanted Daredevil, but I also considered Black Panther coming back. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, yeah, we kind of need Daredevil in here more because, well, it's Daredevil. One of the most iconic Marvel heroes ever. plus the fact that, you know, we got Phoenix right. So the idea of him going head-to-head with Daredevil outside of a courtroom setting, that would be pretty funny. I don't even know. But yeah, I think his moveset speaks for itself. Maybe a radar senses counterattack. He could attack with his billy club and staff. Like, if you've read the comics, you know what's up. Or have seen the Netflix show. Daredevil's just dripping with blind ambition. Oh my god. I really gotta stop trying to improvise dumb jokes here to make this video more entertaining. Oh well. Penultimate Marvel newcomer time, and... Oh, wait. Well, it's already... It is Groot! Now, yes, initially Rocket could actually summon out Groot in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. However, I think Groot's actually big enough to warrant his own slot. You know, have him slash foes around with his big tree limbs. Maybe cause, like, you know, an earth-shattering quake. Crap, I should have actually added Quake into this. Maybe for the DLC video? Yeah. But yeah, Groot would be pretty cool. Just slicing foes up with his limbs. And having a lot of tree-based fighting attacks, like, I don't know, a giant ground pound, an earthquake. Maybe for his hyper he could just summon out some baby Groots to... Or a herd of baby Groots. There's a lot of ways you could go about it. But now for our final newcomer, we have... Squirrel Girl. Yep. I kinda sorta knew that I had to include her. Not because of Thorgy's and Delzathan's videos, but because it's Squirrel Girl. One of the most beloved Marvel characters on the planet. I mean, yeah, what else can I say about her? She could summon out squirrels to attack. She can even take a page out of Strider Hiryu for one of her level 1 hyper combos, where she basically calls on a fleet of squirrels to run at the opponent. But for her big level 3, just have it be a serene field. As you hear off-screen, Squirrel Girl knocking the crap out of her opponent. Basically referencing the running gag in the comics, where she can comedically take down large villains, including Thanos, off-screen. So, yeah. Pretty good stuff. With that, yep, that's my Marvel vs. Capcom 4 roster. Not the greatest video quality-wise, I'd imagine, but honestly, I'm happy with the way this turned out, even if I had to just do very, like, minuscule recordings here, but I'm open to doing this as a series. Yep. Shoutouts to Silvershire on Reddit for this amazing template, by the way. It is absolutely beautiful. And, yeah, I might actually do more roster building videos like this because, honestly, they're fun to do. I like them. So until next time,